In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to organize business tasks and boost efficiency with ClickUp. By the end of this walkthrough, you'll have a clean, central place to capture every task on your plate, assign the right people, set realistic deadlines, and keep work moving without second-guessing what's next. I'll take you from a blank workspace to a practical, working setup you can use today. And I'll explain why each action matters so you can make intentional choices that fit your business. Start by signing into your ClickUp account and heading to the overview area of your workspace. This is your home base, and it's where you'll see your team spaces and high-level structure. We're going to build a dedicated space for your tasks so everything lives in one organized bucket. Look for the button to create a new space. Click that, and you'll be prompted to name it. When naming your space, choose something specific and meaningful. The name should tell you, at a glance, exactly what kind of work lives there. If this is your general business task hub, give it a straightforward name that reflects that purpose. If it's for a single department, like marketing or operations, use that label. Specific names make it easier to navigate later and help your team understand where things belong. Under the name field, you have the option to add a description. This is optional, but it can be useful. A short sentence about the scope of this space helps keep you and your collaborators aligned on what should and shouldn't live here. It's especially helpful as your ClickUp setup grows. Once you're satisfied with the name and optional description, click Continue, then Create Space. Just like that, your new space is ready. ClickUp will create a default list inside the space to get you started. You'll see your new space appear in the sidebar, and within it, a list where you'll add and manage tasks. To give yourself a clean working area, collapse the sidebar so you have the full canvas in front of you. This gives you more focus and makes the next steps easier to follow. Now we'll start capturing the work. In the list, type in the names of the tasks you want to track. The goal is to get everything out of your head and into a system you trust, but specificity is key. Instead of vague items like marketing, write exactly what you need to do, such as draft weekly email newsletter, send new client proposal, or finalize cash flow lead magnet. Specific task names make it clear what success looks like, whether you're doing the work yourself or handing it to someone else. After you've added a few tasks, click Save, so your entries are locked in. Then add a couple more that you know you'll forget if you don't capture them now, and save again. The more clear and complete your list, the less mental load you'll carry. With tasks in place, let's look at status. In ClickUp, status is your quick indicator of progress. You might see defaults like To Do, In Progress, and Complete. You'll notice an option to create a new status as well. Go ahead and open the status area so you know where that lives. It's useful later if you want to tailor your workflow with steps like Review or Blocked. For now, keep it simple and use the defaults. To change a task's status, click the small status indicator to the left of the task name and move it to In Progress when you start working. When you finish a task and mark it complete, it may hide from your default view so you can stay focused on what's still active. If you need to see completed tasks, you can adjust the view filters at any time, but the default behavior keeps your space clean and focused on what remains. Next, consider task type. ClickUp lets you change a task's type to communicate its importance or role in the bigger picture. For example, you can set a task as a milestone if it's a key checkpoint in a project plan. Pick one of your tasks that represents a major deliverable or decision point and change its type to milestone. Visually, this stands out and helps everyone recognize that if this doesn't move, the project doesn't move. Keeping task types consistent across your space makes your timelines more meaningful and your planning more accurate. Now let's make sure every task has a clear owner. Click into the assignee field for a task and add the person responsible. You can search existing team members or enter an email address to add someone new to the task. If you're a team of one, assign it to yourself. If you have a team, strive for a single primary owner per task to avoid ambiguity. People can still collaborate, comment, and attach files, but one person is ultimately accountable for moving the task forward. Do that for each task on your list. You'll immediately feel more organized because ownership is explicit, not implied. With ownership set, add time expectations. Open the due date picker on one of your tasks and choose a realistic date. You can go a step further and make it a recurring task if it's something you do on a schedule, like a weekly report or a monthly reconciliation. Recurring tasks are one of the fastest ways to remove repetitive planning from your week. Set the recurrence pattern that fits your workflow, and ClickUp will generate the next instance automatically when you complete the current one. After selecting the date, you might see quick picks like this weekend or this week. Choose what fits, and the date will populate instantly. If the task needs to happen at a specific time, add a time to the date. This is valuable for scheduling deep work or coordinating handoffs with teammates. In the time picker, choose a specific hour. Select 6 if that's the slot you want, and set it. Now your task has both a day and a time, which helps you budget your day and gives your calendar more context if you integrate tools later. When you've added the date and time, you'll see them appear next to the task, confirming that your scheduling details are set. Next, adjust priority. Priorities help you and your team separate the truly urgent from the simply important. Open the priority setting and set one of your tasks to high priority. This doesn't make the task magically finish itself, but it does send a clear signal about what should rise to the top when people choose what to tackle next. Consistency matters here. If everything is high priority, nothing is. Use it sparingly for the work that genuinely can't slip. When you start your day and glance at your list, those priority flags become an immediate guide for your focus. If you'd like to see even more ways to level up organization and efficiency for a task, click the 3 dots menu on the right side of the task row. This menu opens up additional options that can save you time, like templates for repeatable task structures and built-in time tracking if you want to measure effort. You can experiment with these as your system matures. The goal is to start simple and expand only when the added detail genuinely helps you decide, delegate, or deliver faster. Let's open a task and explore the Task Details panel, which gives you a comprehensive snapshot in one place. Click a task name to open it. Here, you'll see everything related to that item: the description, assignee, due date, attachments, and the full comment thread. This is where collaboration really happens. If you need to clarify requirements, ask a question, or share an update, add a comment. Use mentions to notify a teammate, and keep the conversation tied to the work. You can attach files like briefs, images, or spreadsheets so the task holds all relevant context. If it's easier to communicate verbally, you can record a voice note so your teammates hear the nuance and tone without scheduling yet another meeting. The point is to centralize the conversation where the work lives, so no one has to dig through chat logs or email threads later. Inside this task view, you'll also find a small menu with more options. Click the 3 buttons in the corner to see different ways to view or interact with the task. Choose the view that makes it easiest for you to absorb the information. Some people prefer a compact layout. Others like a roomier, detail-rich view. Once you've added your comment or made your changes, send the comment so it posts to the thread and notifies the people who need to see it. When you're done reviewing the details, close the task window to return to your list. Before we wrap, let's tie these pieces together into a daily rhythm you can actually stick to. Start your day by opening your space and filtering to your tasks due today or this week. Scan for high priority items and plan your first block of work around them. Check the in-progress items and make a quick decision. Move something forward, ask a clarifying question in a comment, or mark it. Complete if it's done. When something completes, let it drop out of your active view and enjoy the mental clarity that comes with a shorter list. If a recurring task appears, schedule it by confirming the date and time that works, and let the tool recreate it for you next cycle. If you need to hand something off, change the S&E and leave a brief note in the task explaining the handoff, plus any links or attachments they'll need. This keeps work moving without back and forth messages. As you build this habit, be intentional about naming. Precise task names and short, clear descriptions reduce confusion and speed up delegation. If a task starts to feel too big, split it into smaller tasks so each one is doable in a single sitting or a single day. If you often repeat a cluster of subtasks, consider using the task menu to save a template for that pattern, so the next time you can set it up in seconds. And whenever you finish a day, quickly move any tasks you didn't get to. Adjust dates so your plan stays truthful, and mark anything complete that you wrapped up but forgot to click. Another helpful guideline is to keep one assignee per task. This creates clarity. If multiple people are contributing, use comments to mention collaborators, or add checklist items in the task description and tag the right people there. The task still has a single owner, but everyone knows what they need to do. This reduces stalled work and avoids the assumption that someone else will handle it. When you start aligning